Kuzampo, and a very warm welcome to Bhutan This Week, our weekly news magazine program with me, Sharaf Doji. Here are our top stories for the week. Political parties pledge to make teaching an attractive profession. Unemployed Bhutanese, mostly class 10 and 12 dropouts, allegedly duped in Siliguri. And digital television to replace analog television in the country beginning next year. Here are the details. Going by the Education Ministry's records, teachers leaving the profession stood highest at 345 last year. While this trend is not something new, overcoming it still remains a challenge. Of the 345 teachers, 206 resigned voluntarily. But with both the parties pledging to make teaching an attractive profession in the country, teacher shortage is likely to get solved.
Teachers play an important role in students' learning and ensuring the quality of education. But at least 20 teachers voluntarily leave the profession every month as per the annual education statistics. Increasing workload, limited professional development, poor working conditions and remunerations are some of the reasons teachers give up their teaching career. Despite efforts being made to retain teachers, challenges still remain. Now there is a need to go beyond incentives and political promises to attract and keep teachers in schools. With general round of the election nearing, DNT and DPT pledge to make teaching the profession of choice.
Ngachenya mutsopagi khatile babachin alu thasho na le thasho lobrim chuni chami sugi lebegi jongdar juni nalu to keni ge tenlu ngache phi gekhap nalu the scholarship chindi gibe the scholarship di new shoranga thowa chindi ngache chutham chenga khechi phishina the ngachra gekhap gi chugla lobrim jongdar besu lebegi jongdar besu gi chugla lorim traditional patandi gibe de kongi leblegi jongdar di tebe pini se shunila
hatile de damara khoragi de suchimda labesi gi sako gi netangdi tanga ji tabde to bisoni gi khelangila nibalu joseph na lu te tendimi peshe dusulu tanga ji lebe dusulu ngachi gi damchilu de khoragi ani tolop chamchi yasin beni mema te diratin dimigi khora joseph nalu demidusulu digitin dimigi ngachi allowance te uchibe diwa habbe ngachira na thomdewa di habbe khondu pinigi chaji yusushunila.
Both the parties have pledged to ensure that teachers have a decent house to live in, supporting teachers with adequate incentives, reducing their workload by recruiting sufficient supporting staff, and improving teaching and learning facilities in classrooms are some of the other initiatives DNT and DPT will take. Teachers who always remain at the center of nation building will receive the support, importance and recognition if the pledges of DNT and DPT are anything to go by. Sunampem for BBS News.
In some developments in the health sector, Bhutanese couples can soon choose to opt for a new contraceptive method called Norplant. The Health Ministry endorsed Norplant earlier this year and plans to introduce it sometime next year.
Norplant is a long-term acting reversible birth control method. The Health Secretary, Ugendopo, said it is being introduced to provide more family planning method choices to the people. It is also to discourage people from going for permanent contraceptive measures such as vasectomy and tubectomy.
Ministry of Health is not in favor of permanent sterilization like tubectomy and vasectomy, because after permanent sterilization, then couples break up, they marry again, then they want to have child, then they come back to the health facility and they request us to join the tubes or VAS.
Dr. Ugendopo said while vasectomy and tubal reversals can be done, it does not guarantee conception. Norplant, he said, can be implanted and can prevent pregnancies up to 3 to 5 years. And in case couples decide to have a child, it can be removed easily after 5 to 6 months of insertion. For the insertion of Norplant, he said, a woman will have to undergo a minor surgery.
Now we are working on procurement, that is how to how much to purchase and how to distribute in Bhutan across the health facility, then training of our health care providers. So once these are done, then it will be easily available in all hospitals.
The ministry is also yet to finalize from where to purchase the Norplant contraceptive. For 5 years, it will cost the ministry over 12 million yutam to purchase Norplant contraceptives. Family planning contraceptives were introduced in the country in the 1970s. The existing family planning methods include both long and short-term contraceptives such as DMPA injections, copper T, condoms and oral contraceptive pills. This is Sonam Chotin for BBS News.
The blacktopping of the 73.4-kilometer Punakha-Gasa highway is behind schedule. The work has been delayed due to heavy rainfall. Gasa receives rainfall for over 8 months in a year. The blacktopping work began last year and was expected to complete this July.
Only 44 kilometers of the highway has been blacktopped so far. However, Department of Roads has decided to resume the work by second week of October.
2 packages have been given to 2 contractors to blacktop 19 kilometers of the road. We could not continue the blacktopping and missed the deadline mainly because of heavy rainfall, so we had to discontinue the work in April.
But remaining stretch of the highway will not be blacktopped this time.
About 7 kilometer stretch of the road from Zong till Beichu area has only base course. We have not started blacktopping the stretch due to lack of budget.
A separate budget will be proposed to the government. Bitumen-packed drums are already at the site and the 19-kilometer stretch will be blacktopped by December if the weather favors.
The distance between Thimphu and Punakha and Gasa and Punakha is almost equal. The taxi fare there is about 350 ngutam, whereas a trip from Punakha to Gasa cost about 600 ngutam per person.
Besides, there are other problems associated with bad road conditions. There are frequent roadblocks due to landslides and unstable terrain. In the past, Gasa remained cut off for about 6 months from rest of the country. For Sriwanchu in Gasa, this is Pasang Doji for BBS News.
An Indian fashion garment company, Arch Trademark Private Limited, based in Siliguri, India, has allegedly duped young unemployed Bhutanese. The participating members of the scheme lured the victims through Facebook using the pyramid scheme. The victims initially have to pay 7,000 yutam as registration fees after reaching the company. The scheme was launched in 2017 by a non-Bhutanese who is not known to any of the victims. A pyramid scheme is a business model that recruits members through a promise of payments or services for enrolling others into the scheme rather than for the sale of products and services.
When a group of victims realized that the scheme was a scam, they decided to leave Siliguri. The company targets youth who have left school after class 10 and 12, who are mostly unemployed and easily influenced. The victims refused to come on camera since they were threatened.
The Kongi Mane Garibi invite Bimunachin, she job me watching them, they were with my Chinalu, they do the Mashiluguri Lusho, Kongi Malu, fashionable garments ki company chi, the Analungachi, salary watching 1 month 20,000 and above to Sidlameva Mel. They with a Maheb Dalu, expect Bimizum Iran, be Maheb Dalu, hostel the Garibi Dulachin, room Chinalu, Garibi Dulachin, and some compact Bimilaman. Then the match proper mindu, fooding this proper mindu, take up dinner this then 11, 12, Amchina Chamchi dinner, Tobi de Dova, Lalu breakfast Mazan Junala.
The victims were promised high-paid jobs after attending 7-day training in Siliguri. But during the training, they were taught how to attract more clients to earn more money from the scheme.
Calculation, Malawi Hamara watching, I mean, some motivate Pamela. Excited, thank you, Mola. The Jamsi Mama did calculation, Hapshin lady, photo on Basa and Pamela could put on a bar advantage, high rank the house Lamibala. They were the minimum the 5 minutes of Bella. maximum dilera kongilamela labda minimum 5 diler habbi mi chawajin turen amsami thoblamela photo ne baru turen amsami thoblamela azlamela tengachi kongi dimen da gachimela aji sam destiny biodalu ngachi mi gadebi invite bini tenela mi invite hanzombeko Facebook na ne be invite bego se teni dola.
When some of the members fail to bring in more clients, they are asked to wait for class 10 and 12 results to get more people into the scheme. Today, there are more than 600 youth stranded in Siliguri who are either in the hope to make more money or without money to return home. Sunambem for BBS News.
Punakha Dzongkhag is one of the highest rice-producing districts in the country. The Dzongkhag produced around 16,000 metric tons of rice last year. But wild animals continue to be one of their biggest problems. Farmers struggle every day to guard their fields.
Punakha is filled with lush green paddy fields around this time of the year. As the crops get ready to harvest, farmers are filled with both joy and worry. Like everyone in his locality, 82-year-old Rinzi of Wokudamchi village is seen guarding his crops even in broad daylight.
In the daytime, we have to guard our fields from monkeys. Even after we chase them away, they come back again and destroy our fields. Some of my fields below have been completely damaged. We have to be vigilant every second. At night, we have so many wild boars invading our fields.
Farmers are expecting to harvest their crops in a month's time. But with the forest located just near the village, locals have to stay on guard both during the day and at night.
After all our hard work in the fields, when our crops get damaged by wild animals, it is very disheartening. It would have been okay if they just ate and left, but they cause so much damage. These fields are our bread and main source of cash income.
Here in Wako Tamchi village, we have around 36 households and we cultivate paddy in over 200 acres of land. And almost all of our fields gets destroyed by monkeys and wild boars. We are hoping if we can get electric fences to guard our fields.
Kabisagab says they had dropped the idea of electric fencing in the past, but are relooking into it after villagers requested.
Most of the landowners live in different places, and since the works would have to be carried out by themselves, we thought it would be very difficult. That's why we neglected the idea of electric fences. But now, since the villagers are requesting it, we have included it in the 12th five-year plan. We are hoping it will benefit the locals.
According to the District Agriculture Office, they did not hear anything from the Geok office or from locals regarding the need for electric fences in the past.
I think farmers did not approach the Geok administration or Geok Agriculture Extension Office. We have trained Geok Agriculture officers on electric fencing. There are many people who have availed this facility. But even if they tell the Geok officials, we cannot do anything unless they don't inform the Dzongkhag office. That might be why they couldn't avail the services earlier.
Today, Punakha Dzongkhag has around 7,700 acres of wetland. A total of 891 acres have electric fences. The electric fencing project in Punakha Dzongkhag began in 2015. For Rishin Yudup in Punakha, Game for BBS News.
Well, fending the rice fields from wild animals and insects are a struggle for farmers across the country, and similarly, leaf folder caterpillars have damaged nearly 6 acres of paddy fields in Phuntsotang Geok in Samrup Dzongkhag, affecting some 59 households. Leaf folder is considered one of the major harmful insect pests of rice. It is a moth's larvae that make shelter cases by folding the leaves of the plant and feeding on it.
From his 2 acres of paddy field, Samrup says the insects have damaged almost 1 acre of his paddy fields. It is mostly found in shady areas of the field during rainy season and areas where rice is heavily fertilized. In case of severe infestation, the leaf margins and tips become dry and crop gives a whitish appearance, resulting in yield loss.
I've been here for 20 years. Until now, paddy fields were not damaged by any insect. But this year, fields are damaged by some insects. We are sad since paddy is our only source of income, and this year we are worried that we won't get anything.
I don't know what is happening, but our plants are dying. We are worried that we may not be able to harvest anything, even for self-consumption.
I don't used to sell, but it used to be sufficient for my family. But this year, paddies are dying. Day by day, it is becoming worse. I am sad and I don't like to go to paddy fields.
Meanwhile, Gyeok Administration and Zongkak Agriculture Office is aware about it and carrying out all the necessary precautions to prevent further outbreaks. For Kileonchu in Samrup Jonkar, Pupgame for BBS News.
From January next year, every Bhutanese home will have a set-top box besides their television. Bhutan Infocom and Media Authority will shut down analog television and will be replaced by digital television. This, the authority says, is to bring in better system in the country.
The authority decided to implement the digital switchover of cable television services for viewers to enjoy high-definition programs. The digital cable television transition will be carried out in a phased manner beginning from Thimphu.
If we don't move to the digital technology, a time will come where we may not even be able to get the spare parts or equipment for the analog system. So this is the rationale why we are planning to move from digital to from analog to digital, basically to facilitate the sector growth as well as the technology to support the technological innovation within the sector.
If digitalized, he added, it will be a win-win situation for both cable operators and service users.
In analog, there are a lot of challenges. I think most important thing is the cable operators are not able to trace their customers. So there are a lot of incidents where their signal may be stolen by somebody. So, and then they don't get revenue out of it. Now, and at the same time, the quality of the signal in analog system is very poor when compared with the digital, because of the way it's been transmitted, the way the technology handles things. The quality is bad. The sound, both picture as well as the sound quality. With this digital thing, this will all be improved.
People will have to install set-top box, which will cost a minimum of 1,000 Newton. Pemasalun Swing, BBS News.
Farmers at the Food Corporation of Bhutan's auction yard in Phuntsling are happy with the potato prices. As compared to last year, this time it has almost doubled.
At the auction yard, every calling of bid adds smiles to the faces of the farmers. For a sack of potato weighing 100 kilograms, they are fetching more than 3,000 Newton.
This year the prices are better. I got 3,315 Newton for 100 kilograms of potato. I'm happy because it is our main source of income. Fetching good price encourages us to work harder. We hope the price does not fall in the coming years as well.
According to the FCB officials, the rise in price is due to the increased demand in India, where majority of the auctioned potatoes are exported. They added the price is expected to increase further. Nearly 30 truckloads of potatoes are auctioned at FCB yard every day. Meanwhile, the problem of parking congestion at the auction yard has also been addressed. The FCB has identified a separate parking area for loaded trucks near the town's sewerage treatment plant. For Sonam Penjo in Fenceling, this is Pasandoji for BBS News.
Extracting lemongrass oil is no longer a lucrative activity for the people of Bartham in Tashigam. In fact, the decades-old practice seems to have almost disappeared, as our correspondent in Tashigam reports.
48-year-old Dojila makes his way through bushes to get to his lemongrass oil extraction site. There, his machine is covered in a thicket and already rusting. Dojila ventured into the oil extraction business some 3 decades ago.
When we started, we got only 5 Newton per day as wage. After setting up a machine of my own, I was paid 35 Newton per litre. We could produce a litre per day.
Today, things have changed. The yield has declined while the labour wage increased to over 1,000 Newton per person.
The cost of labour has gone up and we can't make any profit. So we gave up the work. It has been about 3 years now. Whatever we earn from extracting the oil is not enough to pay them. Moreover, it's a tough job. Earlier, people from other villages also used to extract lemongrass oil. But gradually, they all gave up. Since the work is not profitable, everyone gave up. The owners were not able to cope with the increasing wage. Some of them even sold their containers and other equipment. They did not want to extract the oil anymore.
For now, there's only a handful like Dojila who wants to revive the practice. But for how long will the determination last? Will the scarce resource and shooting wage rates take its toll again? For Siringzam in Tashkang, Solomongdi, BBS News.
Well, that's all we've got for you this week. More on our website www.bbs.bt. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter as well. Thank you for watching.